So hit the button over there. Come over here, hit the button over here. Bro, didn't I just pause this? Like, I don't see it. No diddy, no homo, I don't see it. I don't see it. No diddy, no homo, I don't see it. Like, yes, yes, yes. Okay, okay, okay. Now, today, oh wait, I gotta turn my main light on. Today, we have yet another tier list video where today we are discussing, wait, what the fuck? Where today we are discussing what are the most piece of shit. Oh my god, I wish I never played this game a day in my fucking life. Games that released last year and some of the greatest of the greats. But I know what you want. You don't really care about the best. Oh, I didn't finish doing the damn tier. You don't care about the best in 25 class. You want to hear what I'm gonna call straight ass. But before we do that, I gotta name the middle tiers and color them because I forgot to do that. So we're gonna put straight ass at red, put best in class at green, then make that lighter green, yellow, and then make this more orange. Okay, so orange? Like, am I bugging? Okay. So for middle tier, we're just gonna call just okay. No. Can live with. I'm trying to think of a decent name for the middle of the road, middle of the pack tier. Hello? Don't tell me the website just fucking froze on me. That means I gotta re-add all of this shit over. Please don't let me have to re-add all this shit over. Please don't let me have to re-add all this shit over. I think the whole site just fucking crashed. I mean, not like the site, the whole browser just crashed on me. Professional streamer here. We're gonna end that. I don't know why I don't have that going on in the back, but we'll do that. So we'll do that. I need to extract my fucking playlist and re-download everything, but that'll be for later. While I wait for this to load, please let it load. Please let it load with, of course it won't load. Of course it doesn't load. Fucking course. Of course I gotta manually sit here and re-add everything. While everybody's watching, I gotta redo this shit slowly, the slow way, row by row way. Actually, let me see if I can do 2 rows. Out of the bottom rows, I got 1, 2. So let's start with Kenna. Go up, open, and then I gotta do the Ambrosia Sky shit. Go files, and then Ambrosia Sky and up. We hit open. Wow. So while it does that, best in 25 class. Oh, I was about to get mad. Let me turn off my RAM limiter. I just realized I still have on a RAM limiter. No, it's not on. Okay. Website. What the fuck? What the fuck? I don't even have a bunch of shit running in the background. What the hell? Why is this website moving slow? It has never done that before. I'm unprepared. I know. Worst. No, wait. Straight ass. We're gonna call the middle tier. Okay. Don't care to play. Yeah, don't care to play again. and it's cool. And then we got fire. And then I gotta read. I don't know why they make the lowest tier green when green means like good, go ahead. Like, nah, bruh. I just realized I put coal. It's cool. And then green. Yo, what's good? What's good, Jacob? I'm trying to be a professional streamer, man. But now that we went through that cumbersome process to re-explain, right now, I'm about to go through a list of games that I played in 2025. Now, I went back and I looked through my videos, I looked through my PlayStation history, I looked through all of that, and I tried to find every game that I touched in some way, shape, or form. Now, for the people who are coming to watch this from TikTok, when I post the TikToks of this, I am making this list based on how much I enjoyed it. This is AI? No, I'm an actual person. But this is based on how much I enjoy it. So if you enjoyed some of these games more or less, that's cool. What's good, Once Upon a Stream? It's cool. If you disagree with me, it's cool. And if I miss anything, if I miss any games, just let me know. So first off, we starting off with where the winds meet. And I'm not gonna lie, just for the AI voices, I'm putting this shit in straight don't care to play again. I don't think I really have to explain too much when it comes to like utilizing AI voices and stuff. I don't really like that. I don't really fuck with that shit. We don't need to talk too much about that. V Rising. You could go back and watch the footage of when I played V Rising, and when I played V Rising, I was so fucking mad that I even accepted the game key to play and talk about this game, to the point to where I didn't even explain myself when I cut this shit off. I just straight cut this shit off because like I didn't like the systems and stuff like that in this game, and I feel like they didn't really do enough to excite me, and the game kind of felt boring. Now let's talk about a more interesting game, which is Overcooked. Cause look. Y'all can make all y'all jokes. I hear y'all. I know y'all out there laughing. I know y'all out there going, nigga, the first time you played Overcooked was 2025? This nigga's late. Look, you can make all the jokes you want. I will put Overcooked firmly in the fire tier. Now, I'm not gonna say it's one of the better games I played of 2025, but it's literally a tier right below that, because like Overcooked is a game that's gas, and I feel like it's a really good game for you to play with like somebody you're close with, like your mom, sister, brother, friend, whatever, something like that. So like Overcooked really shows you how much you could really like talk to a person, because this game, when I played this game with my mom, this game was raising my fucking blood pressure like crazy. This game was raising my blood pressure like fucking crazy. Also, just real quick, if you here and you in this stream, whether you like the stream or not, that's cool with me. Just leave a like before you dip out. Anyway, Ollie World, I'll put that in fire because I feel like Ollie World is like a cool little side game type of game, you know? It's like a fire game for you to play while you're listening to a new album or something like that, and it gives you good vibes. For those of y'all who are new here, the way I do my tier list is the top tier and the bottom tier, I always limit it to 5, and like after I'm done placing everything, I go back through and I see who can get moved up and down, basically. This one, what the fuck is this? Oh, Somber Echoes. I would say it's cool. It's not a bad game. It's a nice little Steam Deck game type of game. It's a nice little, hold up, let me go my house. But it's a nice little game that you don't make your main game, but you make a game that you play while like you're going on a trip or something like that. Like you riding in the back of a bus on a Greyhound trip for like 4 or 5 hours. You boot up this game and play it a little bit, because it's a very low, I won't say low intensity game, but for lack of better terms, like it's a game you don't have to pay too much attention to. It's just a nice game. You chill, you sit back, you play. It got good vibes, decent combat, all that. Will I ever play this bitch again? No. But it's not ass or anything. It's just, I've played better. Prison of Husks. I'm not gonna lie, fire. That game was straight fucking fire when I played it. Y'all know how I feel about Soulsborne games. I got a straight apprehension, a bias towards being against Soulsborne. Yeah, actually this window is doing enough work by itself, so I can turn this fan on. But I got a straight apprehension against Soulsborne. So anything like, what you call it? Yeah, let me see something real quick. Okay. So anything, any type of way like the Elden Ring type route, I don't really be fucking with it. But with Prison of Husk, the way they had the systems in here, I kind of liked it a little bit. Hold on. Because my nose is dead bothering me. Y'all fucking with the ASMR? Y'all fucking with the tissue in the nose ASMR? Bro, it's dead dumb brick outside. Anyways, like I was saying, what game was I talking about? Prison of Husk. Good game. I like the art style for it with the intentional choice of using like that PS1, PS2 era type of graphics. South of Midnight, you already know. You already know. Definitely 100% DEI Game of the Year. No questions asked. Now, I will not stop saying this. Albeit, I enjoyed the platforming in this game, though it was a little bit limiting at times. The platforming in this game, the story in this game, the atmosphere in this game, the art style in this game, but the combat in this game, that shit was so, like, you could go back and watch my playthroughs. When I'm at the story parts of the game, I'm up, I'm excited, I'm attentive. As soon as it gets to the part where I gotta fight, square, 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 square. Like, you could just see my head bobbing like a little, you know when babies just start walking and they head like this? And like they struggle to hold their head up. That was me trying to play South of Midnight. That was me trying to play South of Midnight. For River City Ransom Girls. Oh, wait. I feel like it's kind of obvious that I like that game. Also, the fucking music, I don't know if I mentioned that. It got snubbed at the Game Awards last year in 2025 because that music track, soundtrack, there was nothing else that year that came out that was unique like it. It had like hits and bangers on it and some great vibes on it. Like, they got music in there you could legit listen to while you cleaning up the house. Like, they got them good New Orleans vibes on lock. Like, it got snubbed. But River City Girls, I'll put it more on the fire side. If it's, out of these three, if it's any game that could get moved down so far, I would say that it's probably River City Girls, because it was a nice little solid game. It wasn't bad. It was like a cool game. Like, what you expect from a River City game, if you're familiar with that franchise, is that, but a 2025 version. Nothing crazy. Y'all see what's next, right? Y'all see what's next, right? Y'all see what's next, right? I'm the gaming Dr. Umar. I have to say it 3 times. Now, when it comes to multiverses, your first thought, your first instinct is probably that I'm getting ready to pull my pants down and shit on this game and say that this was the worst, most piece of shit game that existed in 2020 motherfucking 5. And I would say you're wrong. I enjoyed multiverses. I liked multiverses. I played the fuck out of multiverses and I love what I played. The problem with multiverses was never the actual core gameplay systems. The core gameplay systems of multiverses, whether you're talking about the beta version or the newer version with shields and stuff like that, they were both solid games with solid ideas that were both smooth and fluid, albeit a little bit floaty, and some people who are more used to platform fighters didn't like how floaty it was. I liked it and I enjoyed how more casual friendly, for this day and age it was. And the way they redid the layout for people who are playing on controller, for people who are used to playing platform fighters, Like, that layout sucks. It's awful. But if you watch somebody who's new or who's lesser experienced with platform fighters play that game, they actually liked it. They actually enjoyed it. Mary 2026, Shane. That says Sharon or Shane? Oh, Shane. My screen is a little bit blurry, but Mary 2026, Shane. But yeah, Multiverses actually wasn't a bad game. Like, a lot of people, because the game, like, its player base went down really fast, really hard, people walk around yelling, Multiverses died because it was ass. Multiverses was ass. Blah, blah, blah. But Multiverses wasn't ass. The business practices were bad. I will stay on that motherfucking hill. The number one reason why Multiverses died wasn't because they went into beta, came out of beta. It wasn't because of the gameplay systems. It wasn't because of the community. It was because of business management. But the number one reason why Multiverses died is because an IP fighter that isn't a pre-established sequel in a series tried to lock the fighters behind a paywall. That shit was insane. I don't understand how they thought they was gonna make money with an IP fighter where you get on the game to play as LeBron and Batman, but now you gotta play as Wonder Woman for the next 2 hours. I don't know where in their rabbit ass mind they thought that would make the game some type of fun that would make people want to stay on the game, but them niggas is stupid. I will say though, I'm not sure if it's going in best of 25 or fire, but so far for this part of the tier list, we're gonna leave it in fire, and if there's anything I could switch out for it, I will, but we'll get to that when we get to that. I can't see that, but I do remember what game that was. If you haven't played this game, wait, hold on, let me look closer because I feel like I should say the name. The Dark Queen of Erathine. It's the Dark Queen of, and then it's some word after that. But this game was surprisingly a pretty short game, like 45 minutes, but it was a straight. So the premise of this game, because I know you don't know what the fuck this game is, the premise of this game is, what if instead of you go and fight the boss characters, you're the boss fighting the player character? Now, this game is more of a story game than a gameplay game. And again, the game only lasts an hour to 45 minutes. It's really not a game with any level of difficulty. It's more a game about story. But yo, the story they had here. And like, my favorite thing about the game is that it fucking ends. Also, since this game came out, I haven't deleted it because the game is less than a fucking gigabyte. Like, this game is smaller than Brawlhalla. And if you know anything about Brawlhalla, that game is really fucking small. So far I'm putting it in best in class, but it depends on what else ends up here. Marvel Token. Now, while I will admit, you know what? Should I? Okay. I'm gonna say this now, and it depends on how crowded this tier gets, whether I apply it. For games that I played that were in beta, alpha, like pre-release states, I'm not talking beta, alpha, like the game is basically out, beta type alpha, like no, actual beta, alpha type thing, I might disqualify those to be fire at least to keep them out of best in class, but we'll get there when we get there. But somewhere we got right now is to this motherfucker repo. Now, I didn't play repo for the first and only time on stream, but I wish I did, because boy oh boy is that fucking game ass, my nigga. I played repo with my friends for 45 minutes. Like, remember earlier when I said a baby trying to fight sleep? A baby trying to hold up their head when they learn to walk for the first time? That was me trying to fight sleep playing repo. I played this game once with my friends, never played that shit again. I played it one more time because I was like, maybe I was sleepy that day. And it was during the middle of the day, I was wide awake, energized. My head was falling all types of ways. I was struggling to stay awake while playing repo. Genuinely one of the worst games I played this fucking year. I'm so serious, because the gameplay loop of Repo, like something I liked during Lethal Company is the gameplay loop seemed like it had a bunch of cool ideas and surprises. Because the thing I usually say about why I don't like roguelites is because usually roguelites are designed because whoever made the game was too lazy to come up with actual enemy placement patterns and stuff like that that have meaning in the game. So they just say roguelite, I don't want to design a level. Like, you know when people throw a bunch of candy in their mouth, like Starburst or whatever, they chew it up, and like when you was 14 you would spit it back in your hand and be like, look at all these colors. Yeah, that's how most roguelikes treat level design. That's the level design right there. So with Lethal Company, the idea of you're going to different foreign planets and you're going in a different building and you're discovering around the building trying to find loot to sell, like the gameplay loop within both the story and the gameplay made sense. Repo doesn't do none of that. Repo is deadass Lethal Company at home, but even worse. No. Repo isn't Lethal Company at home. Repo is Lethal Company from the alleyway. Not, I was about to say Dolly store. Repo is Lethal Company from the dollar store, nigga. I genuinely never want to play this game another day in my motherfucking life. That shit had me like, the gameplay loop in this game is so fucking boring. I hate those games that try and fake like they're a horror game by just throwing monsters that insta kill you and just jump out through corners and they're trying to scare you. My nigga, I am a black man in America. You're not gonna scare me by jumping out around the corner. Now, if you jump out around a corner and I look at you, I'm not gonna be scared. But then if I look back a second time and I see you got a police badge and you running towards me, I might shit my pants just a little bit. Not like I'm not going oh and drop the whole thing, like just a little squirt, just a little before I start running. Repo is firmly in the straight ass tier. That's undebatable. That's immovable. Now with Orcs Must Die Death Trap, it hurts me to put this in is cool. Wait, I can stop the music. I'm not on BT anymore. It hurts me to put that game in is cool because that game really isn't that. Cause like, alright, I loved Orcs Must Die 3, but I didn't like Death Trap because in Orcs Must Die 3, it's the enemy patterns are determined ahead of time and they tell you basically what the enemy patterns are about to be, and even if you're not paying attention when they tell you, because it does pop up kind of fast, it's the same pattern every time, so you could learn the pattern of what's going on and figure out what's the best strategy to be able to beat this lineup of bosses to win on this board, find out what's the most optimal traps, min-max, create choke points. Like, the strategy part of trying to figure out how to defeat the obstacle that's being thrown at you and the trial and error of doing it, and Orcs Must Die 3 was good. Now, if you played Orcs Must Die 3, imagine that, but they just start throwing random characters at you every time. Instead of telling you you're gonna get 5 of the smaller rock skins, a couple of the bigger, the medium rock skins that hit you at medium range, and one of the big ones at the end of every round, they just say, fuck it, we're gonna throw it at you, and if you survive, you survive, fuck it. Like, to me, that's not fun. That's like I said, most games that are roguelikes aren't roguelikes because they genuinely think that randomization will benefit the game in a story or gameplay aspect. It's more so, we don't feel like designing insert thing that's roguelited, so we're just gonna make it random. Elden Ring Night Rain. This is firmly going at my best in class 2025, even though I couldn't play this nearly as much as I wanted to. The only downside to Elden Ring Night Rain that might honestly get it taken down to fire, but I think it deserves best in class so far, is that like this game heavily depends on if you have friends to play it with. Because if you play this game by yourself, the randoms you get online are going to be terrible. And I know now you could play in duos and singles, but when the game first came out, it didn't have that, so I'm going mostly off of that because that's when I was able to get the most playtime out of it, excuse me. But like the balance when you play the game by yourself versus because of the way it's designed versus how the game plays when you play it with 2 other people. Like, it feels like they said they try, like, it makes the way the game works. I understand why when the game released they said either singles or trios, because it's really hard to balance that fucking game over duos and singles. And like, singles is just a convenience option because out of like courtesy, like they really want you to play the game with 2 other people, but the game has no in-game voice chat. So like, playing with randoms is hell, because either you got a random that knows everything about the game and they're damn near teleporting across the map, collecting every item to get the most optimal build or have the highest chances at the most optimal build, or you get a random that doesn't know what the dodge button does. So like, that, you know what, that aspect, it depends. It depends on what else we got up here. But that aspect might take it down to fire, because that shit is legitimately ass. But when you got people who are like playing with you and you got some communication, you up in a Discord, oh. But the volatility of the experience on this game, bolt gun, I'll put it in fire, because it was a fire little game. And one thing you'll know about me is I love short experiences that offer you value and offer you good gameplay, as well as very, I don't want to say high replayability, but offer you a good sense of replayability. If you're into Warhammer and you want to like get your typing speeds up there and you need a cool new typing game, bolt gun is that. Orcs Must Die 3. It's fighting for best in class, because I forgot I put this up here because I did play it more at the beginning of the year, but I explained it's like, it has no flaws, no notes. It's a unique original twist on tower defense strategies. I feel like besides the stuff I explained earlier, there's no better explanation I could give than that. It's a tower defense strategy game where you can run up on niggas and blick them down, or you can use magic, whatever you prefer. Cosmic Invasion, I'll say it's fine. Oh wait, whoa, that's the wrong icon. I think that's supposed to go over there. But Cosmic Invasion, it was fire. I feel like it's not too much to say, because if you're familiar with the gameplay loop of Shredder's Revenge, well, any of the Ninja Turtle games, the arcade games, that's literally what Cosmic Invasion is, but instead of Ninja Turtles, they got Spider-Man, Wolverine, characters like that. If you've played one of the games in this genre, you've pretty much played literally every single last one of them. You just don't know what they're gonna reskin the story to be, but it's a cool game. It's not a bad game nonetheless. It's just, I've seen it before, so it's very far from best in class. Nin Impact. Now you're probably expecting me to put this in straight ass, but I'll put this game firmly in fire. And the only thing that keeps it out of best in class 2025 isn't even the fact that the game is dead. It's the fact that the roster is imbalanced in terms of what types of characters they have. Like, Nin Impact, ignoring the broken part, pretty much has one type of character, Rushdown and dude with the invincible shoulder bash that just works and goes through everything. Like, this game becomes boring really quick when you realize that every character in this game plays the same, because like, all of the ideas and systems they have for this game are really solid and really cool. There's a couple like quality of life things that made me say really nigga, but like, you could go watch my video for those in specific. But long story short, the systems in this game were really fucking cool. They were great. They were things that fighting game players have always been asking for. But that's the problem. It's things that fighting game players have been asking for. Okay, let me explain it to you like this. What the people who are in the FGC, in terms of the hyper competitive people that always want to sweat and GoPro, like all the GoPro sweats, I don't like the things that they want in a game are very minute and super hyper specific, to the point to where somebody who's a casual in this game, you tell them that mechanics exists in the game and their brain is like they start getting overstimulated, because you just have to start giving them pieces of information after information after information. So like, this is a very hard game to get into if you're a beginner, but stay safe though, because I ain't no motherfucking beginner, nigga. Stay safe though. But I feel like that is one thing that keeps a lot of people out too. Even though I complain about it, I am sadly in a vocal minority. Most people, when it comes to gaming taste, they're fucking glue eaters. They want to go to they want to go to Roof Chris, and they don't want to eat Roof Chris food. Like Roof Chris is, let's say, I'm just making this up because I don't eat fucking Roof Chris, but let's say Roof Chris is known for having great steak. These niggas don't want to eat snake. You know what they want to eat? They want to eat chicken nuggies. These niggas go to Roof Chris and they want to eat motherfucking fish sticks. So that being said, the fact that it wasn't an anime arena fighter, even though those games suck, most glue eaters only want to play that type of fighting game because they can smack it against their forehead and say, yes, I'm waiting, and get results. It is what it is. Like, most people who play those games are fucking glue eaters, and glue eaters don't want to play a game like this. And people who are fans of Hunter x Hunter who played this might have played it for a week but then put it down because the community wasn't there. Like, literally, the day this came out, it was a Discord fighter. That's not a joke. I tried to boot up the online in this game the day the game came out. Didn't work. I had to get on Parsec to play this game with other people. The second I realized that, I just refunded this shit back to Steam, deleted it out of my library, and downloaded the finesse version because, like, if I'm gonna be parsecing with niggas, it's the same fucking experience. Like this game, it makes me sad how dead it is because it is a really good game. Next we got Leftovers KO. This one, even though it was a demo, I'll say it was on the fire side because, like, imagine Punch-Out but modernize and throw in some like Fight Night type elements and make all the fighters food based instead of racist stereotypes. That's what Leftover KO is, and it was a really solid, fun experience. I wouldn't put it in it's cool because I thoroughly enjoyed it, but it was a solid experience. If you look up footage of Jaeger Bomb 2, you'll see why I'm putting that shit in straight ass and I'm not making an explanation. Another best in class 25. Y'all know it's rare that I play a game to completion in the same year I get it. Y'all know it's rare that I can sit down every day for a week, no matter what, and play a game to completion. And y'all know it's real motherfucking rare that I like playing any type of survival, action, RPG type of game. It's really, really rare. I really gotta love the shit out your game for me to do that. I really gotta love the fuck out your systems for me to do that. And the Outer Worlds is one of those exceptions. Now, without going too deep into it, because you could always just watch my playthrough if you really cared like that. But the main thing I like about the Outer Worlds 2, alright, so one of my favorite mechanics, and my favorite Fallout is 4 because I'm a newer player, but my favorite mechanic in Fallout 3 is that at any time you can just straight up kill anyone. Now, what I didn't know at the time, and what is probably the reason why I didn't beat Fallout 3 for free, Fallout 3 when I got it for 4 with Fallout 4 for free as like the launch promotion, whenever you kill certain necessary story characters in Fallout 3, you lock yourself out of missions for the game. And some of those missions are critical, important story missions that you now can't do because you killed the wrong person. The Outer Worlds is like a Fallout 3 New Vegas type of situation where you could kill anybody, but they make it so that you can't get soft locked out of completing the game. Like, there's certain interactions that you cut yourself off from and story branching paths that you cut yourself off from when you basically clap everybody in the game. But you can still 100% beat the game and killing everything in your path. And I know because I did that, nigga. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? I had Slander running through that planet, running through niggas. Nigga, you talk shit about Slander, she was coming to run up in your mouth, pussy. Don't get your mouth ran in. Don't get your mouth ran in. With that being said, like, yeah, it's one of the better games it is that I played this year because I got a lot of enjoyment out of it, despite it being in a genre that, like, despite it being in a genre that I usually have a strong disdain towards. Monstroscopy or Monstrocopy, I don't know which way it is to pronounce it. This is one of the games this year that I randomly received off of Keymailer thanks to the generosity of the developers, and I'm not gonna lie, it's an okay game. if you're asking how much I would pay for this game if I had to pay for it, nothing. I wouldn't pay for this game at all. This shit's damn near a demo in terms of the quality of the game. But if you brought the game and you just wanted to play it for like an hour or two for the novelty, like, you'll have fun for that hour or two. But will it be a fighting game with any type of systems or depth that bring you back in playing it over and over? No. But will it be terrible for those first hour and 45 minutes you're playing before you refund the shit back to Steam? No, not really. Monster Hunter Wilds. Again, I don't give a fuck how mad y'all get. This tier list is based off of my enjoyment. This tier list is based off of my enjoyment. This tier list is based off of me, QaptainSlander, Dub C's, my actual enjoyment. Now look, I'm not on BT for Monster Hunter Wilds. I do not like playing this game. But unlike Repo, is it a bad game? No. Is it a game with systems that are inadequate for what they are and what they're supposed to be? No. Is this game fun to me? No. I just don't like the way that you're chasing around monsters forever, and then like if you don't kill the monster, now you gotta sniff a handful of chimera shit and follow a trail. Like, I get it. Why don't play a monster hunting game if you don't want to monster hunt? But I was just trying the game out. I didn't really know what I was in for. Then I found out and I got clean the fuck off the game. It's a shoulder shrug for me. I didn't like playing that game at all. Like, I'm falling asleep just thinking back on how. Oh shit, where was I? Footsies. I won't put it in best in class, but I'll put it in it's cool. Because like if you actually play fighting games, Footsies is like a cool game for you to throw on in a background while like you're listening to a new album or something like that, or while you're watching some video essays in the background. Because it's a game that, like everything else in this tier, you'll play it for a couple of hours, and those couple of hours will be fun. But if you try and play it past those couple of hours, you're not gonna be having fun. You're gonna be like, yeah, this shit kind of got old fast. Dying Like the Beast. You know what? It wasn't a terrible game. It was just a game that annoyed the fuck out of me to the point to where I'll never play it again. Like, if I got paid to play this game again, I would give it another chance. If I got a sponsorship, I would give it another chance. Unlike something like Repo or Monster Hunter Wilds, like, you couldn't pay me to play them fucking games. Oh, I'm sorry. And Jagerbomb, you definitely couldn't pay me to play that game if I wouldn't play it for free. But Dying Like the Beast, if somebody paid me or sponsored me or something, I definitely would play it again. Another game that's going to Ant is cool is I know this Delivery Driver, but what's the subtitle? Oh no, this is not Delivery Driver, it's Deliver It at All Costs. Now, this was another game that I played off stream, and it's not too much to say about this game. Basically, you're like, imagine playing Crazy Taxi with an isometric view. That's literally all this game is. Like, you're doing delivery missions for this company or whatever, and you basically got a crazy taxi it around town and deliver all these packages. Like, the game wasn't ass, but the game wasn't good either. I feel like this is one of those games where if it's not your taste, you're not gonna be mad, but if it's in your taste, you're gonna be glad. Like, you're really gonna like this and fuck with it and enjoy it for however long it is. But like, I feel like for my enjoyment, I was having fun at first, then what are you doing? Down. Yes, you, buddy. Down. Thank you. Lego DC Supervillains. I feel like this was another middle of the road, it's cool type of game, because this is another game I played off stream with my mom. I don't care if this game came out in 2018 or whatever the fuck, and I'm just not playing it. Who gives a shit? When I played it with my mom, it was a fun experience. Like, it was a cool little game that you could play. It's simple. It got DC characters and funny little whacked out crazy stories. Like, it's just a regular goofy Lego game. It's not much to expect. Dispatch, I know, right? I'm gonna tell you right now, even when I readjust the tier list, this shit is not going in best in 25 class because of that fucking ending game, like mini game where the difficulty just goes whoo and it just spikes through the ceiling. Hell no. This shit is not getting best in class. Oh, also, if you're watching this, number one, drop a like. Number two, if you want to hear my full thoughts on Dispatch, I have a short up about it that you could just search QaptainSlander Dispatch. You'll find the short easily. Either that or you could just watch my whole playthrough. Like, the thing about Dispatch that keeps it out of best in 25 class is episodes 1 through 7, almost no notes, and the one note is something that shows you how bad that one tiny decision and episode like 1 or 2 made the ending just feel like dog shit. So, like, you could go watch that for my full thoughts, because this is a very heavily story-based game, so I don't want to spoil anything. But if you are, like, familiar, like, just go watch my other shit while I'm talking about it. Oh, I forgot to put Dark and Darker on here. No, Dark and Darker was last year. I'm bugging. What the fuck is... Oh, Nights in Tight Spaces. I don't care to play this game again. You can look up footage of Nights in Tight Places. You'll probably see me, because I know at the time when I put up footage, it was like 2 other people, period, putting up videos about it, and this game had been out for a while before that. But it's more of like a action strategy adventure type game, and again, it's not ass. What the fuck? No way. No way. Hold up. Because this means I have to remake the entirety of the tier list. Because my computer's been fucking up all day doing it. I don't know what it is, but my computer keeps doing that. And like, my screen will turn black and I can't see anything on my screen. That's fucking insane. Oh, I forgot I could actually see my screen through the preview. I could have kept going. My stupid ass. Actually, no. It is better that I stopped. Okay, fan goes back on. It's like, no way my computer could have overheated. Let me feel it. Yeah, I had to see what's going on, because my PSU might be failing. I might have to unplug shit out my PSU and replug it to see what's going on. Restore. Lower that out. Yeah, close it out. Start it up. Blah, blah, blah. Go back. Walk into that. Go back. Walk into that. Okay, give me one moment. Oh, I was about to say, is my shit not? Alright, give me one moment, y'all. I had to restart all my bullshit again. BBL Drizzy. Boo, 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 boo. Boo, boo. Boo, 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 boo. Okay, let that load. Boom. Lower that down. The fuck is going on with Opera GX? Oh, CPU at 100. My fault, gang. Oh, you know what it is? I might have to reapply thermal paste. Okay, wait, hold up. You could go right here. Pause that. Free up all that. Okay, hold up. Of course my shit crashed on me out of nowhere.
Oh boy, that was probably my bad.
Boom, open that back up. Okay, I'm gonna let that page load. There we go. Ha! So I know I could do these three, I believe. No, only the first two. Okay, first two. No, wait, I gotta do it from the bottom up. Oh my god. Choose files, show all files. Then I gotta do these two. Choose files. Show all files. Let me pull up the shit over here so I can see. Oh wait, actually I can pull it up over here.
Oh boy, that was probably my
So I did these two. Now I did these two. So when I'm next, I do the last two. These files.
Yeah, it's a classic.
And then these
You
two.
have a copy.
Open.
We have to watch this.
Now I need to roll back time in the VOD to before my shit crash. Okay, hold on. Gotta put everything back. Give me 1 second, y'all. Quality 720p. Oh, I gotta rechange the colors again. All I'm doing is listening to fucking music in the background. No, that's yellow. No, that's fine. Dark orange. Straight up red. Exit out. So this was straight ass best in 25 class. Best in 25 class. Fire. It was it's cool. It's cool. And then what was it? No, I don't give a fuck about the driver updates at this moment in time. Don't care to play a game. Alright, I gotta re-put everything. Where the winds meet. I know, don't care. Don't care. I know this was in fire. Fire. Best in class. Fire. Best in class. I put River City in fire. Fire. Best in class. Best in class. Best in class. Straight ass. I put Death Trap in Then Night Rain I know is best in class. Put it in fire. Bolt Gun was in fire, right? Yeah, fire. And then Impact. Fire. Oyster Must Die 3. Fire. Cosmic Invasion. Fire. Jaeger Bomb. Straight ass. Worlds. Fire. It's cool. I know that's in it's cool. Straight ass. That's all the straight ass for now. Put that right there. And then Knights of the whatever. That was in, where was it? Where was the night game at? Or is this before that part of the visualization? Yeah, there we go. Okay, this Knights game, I think it was in it's cool. I know Leftover KO was in fire. What other games did I rate so far? Are they in here? I don't know how the fuck Astrobot snuck in here. Oh wait, I did play Astrobot at the beginning of the year. That's not a sneak. I remember this Lego game being in it's cool. No, I didn't rate that. I said one of the better, more fire games. Knockoff, Gal Lost Records. Said Delivery Driver, it's cool. Didn't speak about any of these yet. All right. So pardon that little interruption. Let's hurry up and get this tier list done. Also, I was gonna play a game today, but I gotta figure out what the fuck is going on with that with my computer. The next game, Make Way. I don't really give a fuck about y'all. Wait, hold up, because I feel like I need to get on BT for this. They gave away Make Way for free on Epic Games, and like their timing was funny because for about a week my friends were saying, hey, you should play Make Way with us. Hey, you like Sonic Crossworlds, you should. And this was it was around the time when Sonic Crossworlds beta just came out. Hey, you like Sonic Crossworlds beta, you should try Make Way. It's another racing game. I was like, I'm not really into racing games, I just like Sonic Crossworlds because Sonic racing games are always cool. No, give it a chance, please. I'm like, you know what? I got it for free on Epic. I'll try it, even though the game doesn't look interesting. Maybe I'll play it, and 5 minutes into my first game, I died of laughter, disconnected, and deleted this shit. Like, this game was such a game. And like, I just played it at the wrong time because I went from playing an actually fun racing game, that being Sonic Crossworlds, to this shit where you slipping and sliding around the track and you ain't got no fucking control in your car. Niggas talk about, but that's the fun of the game. It's like, okay, cool. That's not fun to me. Infinity Nikki, I'll put it in fire because I feel like there's not too much to explain here. I will, you know what? I'll move it down to it's cool, but like the top of is cool as an honor, because the thing that bogs that game down is that it's a gacha. The platforming systems in that game actually seem fire. From the little bit of the story that I did experience, it seemed like it was fire. It seemed like it was legit gonna be a good story and have some cool things to shape up to. Now, to be fair, I did hear that later on down the line they changed some of the cutscenes and made some changes to the story, and they fucked it up by changing that beginning cutscene like out of nowhere randomly. So I don't know what happened with that. I'm just going off of what I played when I was in the early beta, alpha, release, whatever the fuck you want to call it. It was fun. I don't care to play this again. I know you don't know what game this is, but it's like one of those $2 games that you let your little kids play when your computer's in lockdown mode. Gloomy Eyes. Gloomy Eyes, I feel like, was a sleeper game for 2025 for the simple fact that it was a nice, good game, especially for you to play around like Halloween when this game was really getting promoted. It's like a whole cozy game with horror elements, not so much horror elements as in like scary, you seeing blood flying all over the place and people getting dismembered, Stranger Things type of horror. I mean more so in like I think Tim Burton's the dude who made The Nightmare Before Christmas, but more like goofy, this is Halloween, this is Halloween, this is Halloween, this is Halloween, goofy type horror aesthetics. And I just realized I got the BT music on while I'm talking about a game that I actually enjoyed. But it's more so that type of horror. This is Halloween, this is Halloween. Like it is that type stuff. I will say I played Dive Kick for the first time last year in 2025, but I did start playing it very heavily for like a month out of nowhere randomly when I watched like a video essay about it. I was like, oh man, it's been a while since I played this game. You know, let me download it and play it. And I had a ton of fucking fun. I wouldn't say that it was the best in class for 2025, anything like that, but it definitely is. Wait, why did I put this at the front? But it definitely is a fire ass game. Actually, I'll put it in it's cool. Well, nah, I'm going based off my enjoyment. Fuck what you niggas enjoy. Fire. Knockoff might be one of the... Knockoff might beat out Marvel Token for my favorite fighting game that I played last year, because it wasn't until I was doing research to figure out what game icons I gotta put in this chart for me to realize what games I actually played last year that I enjoyed. But I was playing Knockoff on and off stream for like a while, like a good 2-3 months, and I had a lot of fun with this game. And the idea of this game and the way that this game is designed, I feel like it would be 10x more fun if this game got like a proper release on platforms like Steam, where there's like online infrastructure in place. Because like this game, if there was like online and stuff like that, rollback connected to something like Steam, I feel like it'd be 10x more fun. Invincible Versus, I'll say it was cool. It like, I didn't hate it, but from what I played, I see the potential. I definitely see the potential. Cause like when I played Invincible Versus, like when I played Marvel Token, and like I went outside to handle responsibilities or go places, like I was just outside thinking, damn bro, I can't wait. Oh, when I go back home, I know what I'm doing. With Invincible Versus, I remember the weekend that alpha came out, I didn't have shit to do, so I was mostly in the house, besides, you know, like going to the store, getting like some ramen or some oil to cook with real quick. And like I just didn't have the desire to wake up and no life the game every day. I was just like, all the days of that alpha. But like if they clean up what they need to clean up, I feel like this game could be really fire and really fun and move up a tier next year. Marvel Rivals, let me show y'all a little something. It's a perfect music for waiting too. Always teleports back to this screen. I like that. I really like that. It's hot. It's kind of hot. Anyway, let me make that bigger for you. This game released in November of 2024. Okay. Now, I will admit some of that is a bit inflated, because there'll be times where I go to the store and Marvel Rivals will just be on the screen for like half an hour while I go to the store and lay down and watch TV or something, because like I low-key like using the backgrounds and this shit like as a low-key screensaver. But like even if we ignore that, that time is made up by the active time when I used to play this on both console and PC. So I don't think we need to have a long conversation about that. Marvel Rivals came out at the end of 2024 to the point to where it's basically a 2025 game, and it was trapping out the gym, booming out the trim from minute one, from second one. And even though the game does have some problems with the community and toxicity and whatnot, after a while that happens to just about any gaming fandom, so I don't hold that against it. And like recently the developers have been fucking up, because that whole healer strike shit where they started buffing supports like crazy really fucked the game up. But overall it's still been fun, and I've still been enjoying it and playing it and been able to get my levels of enjoyment out of it. Cacao, I know this is firmly going in it's cool tier, because I remember playing this game and saying it's cool. Like I like it. It's definitely one of the better indie games, excluding Dispatch and Expedition 33, that I played this year. Because I remember playing it and I was saying like, yo, if this game didn't have a bug that hard locked me out of being able to progress and beat the game, I would actually try and progress, play, and beat this game. But there's a bug in this game that hard locks you out of being able to beat it. But I had fun with what I had fun with. Another fucking game fighting for Best in Class 2025. This is undisputably the second best story game I played this year. Number one damn near pure story game I played this year. Yes, I put it above Dispatch, because even though Dispatch had those little stupid ass hacking mini games and those sections where you had to play dispatcher man, like the story out, the gameplay outside of that is you pressing square and X for QTEs, you choosing what you wanted your character to do. So like I feel like with that game out of Dispatch and Lost Records, which game will I say I enjoyed better? Dispatch is more popular, but I enjoyed Lost Records better. I don't care, nigga. I'ma say it. I enjoyed Lost Records more. Wait, 10 times more. You could go back and look at the footage when I was playing Dispatch. Like, I'm not gonna say I was disinterested in Dispatch or that I disliked it or any shit like that. Like, no, that's not the case. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is more so, when I played Dispatch, there was moments of it that was cool and fun to talk, pause, and talk about. Nigga, Lost Records, everything had me activated. I just enjoyed the story, the atmosphere and vibe of Bloom and Rage 10 times more than Dispatch. Dispatch wasn't bad though, and I had a lot of fun on it. We're not gonna disrespect Dispatch now. I'm not gonna sit here and make it seem like I ain't like that goddamn game when I did. I'm just saying I enjoyed Bloom and Rage this more than Dispatch, but Dispatch is more popular, so most people are probably gonna lose their fucking mind when I leave that in the top tier. The game don't fucking work, bro. I don't know how you take a game from 2009 and port it to PC and you can't get the shit right. The game's literally over 10 years old. I deadass get a better experience emulating this game in Xbox 360 emulator on my computer, allegedly. Well, Microsoft don't give a fuck. Emulating this game on my computer than actually playing it. Don't know how the fuck that works, but it do. Don't stop, girly pop. Don't stop, girly pop. I'll put it in, it's cool. Like, if you watch some gameplay footage of Don't Stop Girly Pop and it looks like your type of game, I would say go ahead, pull the trigger. If you look at the footage of this game and all you like is aesthetic, like, this game is middle of the road. Like, I had some enjoyment with it. There were some systems in it that were cool, but I feel like it's very few and far in between where they give you interesting stuff from what I played to use those systems in. So to me, it's a game where it's like, I'm fine never playing another second of this game. Now look, if you check the logs, which is ironic because the boss I got stuck on was a tree. If you check the logs, I got to a certain part of the game that frustrated me so fucking much. I said, I'm done with this goddamn game. I'm not progressing and playing this game any fucking more. That is true. But the parts of the game I was playing where I was having fun. Because the platforming in this game, fucking fire, nigga. The combat in this game, fire, nigga. Before I got to that fuck ass boss, the enemy placement, the enemy design, the level pathing. But when I got to that fuck ass boss, I had to drop it, bro. So I got a lot of enjoyment out this game, but whatever. Bullet Eaters, yeah, we're putting that shit and don't care to play again, because if I remember this game specifically. My criticism of it was more so that the game wasn't, even though it was a full release, the game didn't feel finished, and it was also a game that was K-Flock, what K-Flock got that Rico that 30 years for, DOA, Dead on Arrival. I played this game day one. It was like 6 niggas online, and I'm gonna be honest, I was nigga number 6, and the other 5 was probably the fucking developers or 4 other niggas that got this shit for free off of Keymailer. Redrop, it wasn't on the level of I hate this shit, but it damn sure wasn't a cool game. So I feel like this is a perfect tier. I can't put this game in straight ass because it wasn't straight ass, but if I go the rest of my life without ever touching Cronus and Noon Dawn, I'll be fine. Come on, come here. Because my doggy wants some attention. Well, give me a second, y'all. Come here. Come here. Oh, thank you. Let me touch you. Come here. Alright. I see your tail wagging. I see your tail wagging. Hey, see your tail wagging. Wait, I'm trying to hide it. You like it when I play with you. You like it. Alright, bet. Bet. I need to finish my tier list when my computer goes. God not willing. Oh, God willing to make my computer keep going. Anyway, Bloons Tower Defense 6. Well, I'll put it like this. I don't hate this game, but I don't love this game at the same time. It's a nice solid game that I always find myself coming back to in times where I'm doing something where I need to keep my attention. Wait, down. Actually, you know what? Go live by the door. Go. You can fit through there. You got it. Did you? Door. There you go. Anyway, what game was I talking about? Oh, Bloons. It's a nice solid game that I use whenever I need to keep my hands busy doing something so that I can stay focused, because I'm weird like that, like with ADHD and shit like that. Like sometimes I need something to focus on so that my brain has to focus on two specific things instead of just wandering to something random. Bloons is like the perfect game to do that with. It's a live service game I just keep coming back to. Like it's not anything very specific or special. What the hell are you doing? Yeah, I'll leave him to his devices. Angeline Era. I'll say that even though I didn't beat it and I'm still in the process of trying to beat it, which I wanted to progress in. Hey! You playing with over here? Oh, you just sniffing. Alright. It's something that I wanted to play a bit more on stream and finish. I've had some top tier enjoyment out of this. I don't know if it's gonna beat out other shit in this top category, but we'll see. Sonic Racing Cross Worlds. It's been a very long time since I've had a racing game that I played and that I enjoyed and I really fucking liked. Among Us. It's cool. Hold on, y'all, cause this dog is gonna keep being fucking annoying. Alright, where was I last one? Oh, Among Us. I just downloaded it and played it a couple times with friends this year. It's Among Us. Same game that niggas been playing since 2020. Hell is Us. Hell no is Us. See, let me drink some water because I'm about to get a little bit out of hand. I don't care what nobody say. When it come to Hell is Us, that game can go to hell, my nigga. That game could go straight to hell. Do not pass go, nigga. Do not pass go. When I was playing Hell is Us, first off, game wasn't optimized. It didn't really work well. Now, I understand that my system was a little bit underpowered at the time when I was playing this, but I was like, when I'm playing an optimized game on an underpowered system, it's still a certain bare level minimum of performance I expect. Like y'all saw with Valor Mortis, I was still able to kind of play the game if I was a casual who didn't notice anything. It's just that because I'm deeply entrenched into this PC gaming shit, I noticed. Hell is Us was just all around the board ass because that shit wasn't working in the demo. This game wasn't working, wasn't running properly. Then on top of that, and an action adventure type of game. I understand they want to be a little bit atmospheric, they want to be a little bit mysterious, but in a game marketed on its combat and on its action adventure aspects in the world, I want to fight. Like this, let me tell you what it feels like to see the marketing for Hell Is Us and then play that damn demo. Imagine Shorty show you that she got some big breasts, right? She got some really big breasts. She got a fat ass. You go out on a couple dates with her. You talking to her. You like, yeah, I like Shorty. Shorty like me. Y'all get in the crib and you get ready to get intimate. You like, yeah, Shorty, let me get a little bit of that coochie. And she like, I don't know you too well yet. So the only way we could do this is if I stand on the other side of a hole and you just stick your meat through and just the wall and use your imagination. Like, you've seen what they look like with the shirt on, but imagine what they look like with the shirt on while you're humping this hole in the wall. And like, if you want to do a DNA test to make sure it's my coochie, you can, because it's really gonna be my coochie. But I just don't want you to see me butt ass naked while we fucking for the first time. That's what it felt like to play Hell Is Us. Like, we have a combat system, but you gotta go on an 8th date to see the full combat system. Like, nigga, shut up. We gonna take 8 seconds to delete your game on my motherfucking hardware, nigga. Keep that shit in the grave. Astrobot. Only reason why I won't put it in best in 25. Excuse me. Only reason why I won't put it in best in 25 is because we know that shit was way over best in 24. Way over best in 24, and this shit is getting crowded already, and I'm gonna have to move a lot of shit down. And I already know this is something that I'd move down because it got best in 24. It doesn't need best in 25 too. Dynasty Warriors. It's not ass, but it's not good either. It's cool. Absolum, straight to fire tier. Cause this, y'all know, I have a very strong distaste and a very strong apprehension against roguelike games. And that the reason why I didn't play it to completion is because it's a roguelike and I don't feel like dealing with that. But this feels like one of the better games that came out this year. Because despite being a roguelike, the roguelike element parts is because of the whole birth and reincarnation idea of the story and not so much the gameplay. Because they do still have characters that spawn in and controlled steady places with easily traceable and followable paths. Because from my understanding and what I've seen, this game is partially linear and partially a roguelike. It's hard to explain unless you watch gameplay, but only certain parts of the game are roguelike. But like, this game still has an overarching narrative and stuff like that. It's just more so, this was a case of there's too many games for me to play. It was fun for the time I played it, but it's too many games for me to play. 2XKO. Not putting this shit in best in class 2025. For this, actually, matter of fact, I'll move this bitch down to it's cool now and put it at the top of it's cool. Because 2XKO was fun when I was in those 2 betas, but it wasn't fun when that shit left. I mean, when I was in those 2 alphas, but it wasn't fun when that shit left alpha, got to the beta, and they took all my characters away again. I don't care what you want to say. I don't care what you slaves to Riot Games want to say about, but it's a Riot game. You should already know what that comes with. Like, hey, bro, just because a crackhead is gonna smoke crack, does that mean I gotta accept that he gotta smoke crack on my doorstep? No, nigga. If you want to sit on my doorstep, get the crack pipe out your hand. It's that simple. Either take that shit over there, take that shit up there, away from here, or you sit your ass here with no crack pipe in your hand. I feel like that's a simple request. That's what 2XKO feels like, and that whole situation. Just because I like 2XKO's fighting system, its characters, its atmosphere, and all of that, just because I like it, that don't mean I gotta accept the fact that the nigga smoking crack. No, we not accepting that. No, go over there with that. And that's what happened. Bubsy 4D. Oh yeah, this is an undebatably. Even though it was a demo. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna let the demo lockout clause kick in. If it's a demo or an alpha, it's immediately going down. I played full release of this, so that's debatable. Demo. this was. I did mostly play the no, that was a full version of the game. Okay, so nothing out here up here is a demo, and none of these are demos. Ambrosia Sky. Ambrosia Sky was a fire ass game. It's, think of like Power Wash Simulator, but you're in space and there's a little bit of a story to it. Like, it's one of those games where if you like it, you're gonna love it, but if you don't, you're gonna be like, eh, it's cool, I guess, but I'm never gonna play this shit. And when I played it, it was fun. I would love to play it some more, but it was only a demo, so I only got to play a limited amount. Expedition 33. Actually, I'll put it in, it's cool. Cause like to put it on the same tier as fucking Bullet Eaters, I feel like that's way too disrespectful. Cause Expedition 33 was a great game that had a combat system that I did have fun with, but I didn't play that game to completion, and nor will I ever play that game to completion because A, it's too fucking long, but B, just don't care. I don't want to hear them niggas yap about the story. And yes, I know if you play to the end of Act 1 and blah 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 blah, I've already seen the end of Act 1. Don't care. I already know about all 3 endings. Don't care. Don't give a fuck. Don't care. I give 0 fucks about the story. I like the combat system, but there's so much fucking yapping in this game. I don't care. Splitgate 2. I would say it was fire. Because the reason why Splitgate 2 dropped off hard, I won't say died because that's not fair, but the reason why it dropped off hard this year has nothing to do with the gameplay of Splitgate. That's because their dumbass owner wanted to make a MAGA joke. City of Wolves, shoulder shrug, it's cool. Turtles Cowabunga, it's just a compilation of a bunch of Ninja Turtles games that I played with my mom, and I just wanted to give it an honorable mention because it brought me some joy. Red Sec, I wouldn't say it's ass, but I'm never in my fucking life gonna play Red Sec again. Shit's boring to me. Pyro Yakuza, I don't feel like I need to say too much about that one. It's cool. Now, I just realized I haven't changed the fucking music in a while, but it doesn't matter because I needed to open up the menu to go to this. Because the bottom tier is already 5, I'ma just order it and leave it unless I feel like there's something up here that's more ass that I want to switch it with. Monster, I'll put Repo first, Monster Hunter Wilds last, Jaeger Bomb in the middle, Make Way, Hell Is Us. Alright, cool. Now we're gonna do this tier list Reaganomics style. We're gonna trickle the fuck down. This is gonna be real motherfucking hard. So for fighting games, how many fighting games are up here? Okay, Knockoff and Marvel Token. Out of Knockoff and Marvel Token, which one did, you know what? Because Marvel Token was in alpha, I'll move it down. I'll move it down. And I'll leave Knockoff as my favorite fighting game of this year. Marvel Rivals is not moving. Ali Ali is not moving. South of Midnight is not moving. I gotta figure out one out of all of these from Multiverses back to keep. I feel like the fun you can have on this game is limited because it's so short, but it's such a good experience that's really thought-provoking that, like, I want to put it up there, but I feel like it's not fair because I feel like there's probably something else up here I enjoyed more. The Outer World. Oh, I did enjoy the Outer Worlds more. I enjoyed Lost Records. I feel like this can move down. I feel like this can move down. I feel like out of these 2 fighting games, which one did I enjoy more? Honestly, Knockoff. I honestly enjoyed Knockoff more than Multiverses, believe it or not. Now, I think I could pull Night Rain down because, like I said, the fun with that game for me is kind of limited because I can only really play that game with my friends because that's the only people I care to play this game with. Let's see, what else? That's 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 6. So I just gotta knock one of these motherfuckers down a peg. Marvel Rivals is not moving. Ali Ali is not moving. Let me put this at the back. This can't move. So it's between Knockoff and Ali Ali World. Because both of these, the thing about it is both of these I played for similar amounts of time, and they're both smaller games that are meant to have more bite-sized experiences. I don't know. Because like I said, the first 4 locked in stone. Blooming Rage is not moving. Outer Worlds is not moving. South of Midnight's not moving. Marvel Rivals is not moving. I had equal amounts of fun with these. You know what? I'll give the edge to Knockoff because it's a fighting game. Because it's a fighting game, I'll give the edge to Knockoff, and you know how much I love fighting games. You know how much I love the FGC. Now the rest of this shit, it's gonna be some hard motherfucking decisions. A lot of shit is gonna have to get moved down from here to here. So out of fire, what of these games I feel like can get moved down off rip? I feel like this can get moved down. This can get moved down off rip. This can get moved down because I feel like it was mostly an idle game. That high enjoyment, 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 high enjoyment. This one, it's cool. Cause that alpha, it's cool. High enjoyment, high enjoyment, high enjoyment. I could bear moving this down to it's cool. Move it back up if I feel so. Bolt gun. I feel like because of its shortness, it's cool. I had a limited amount of fun. Now everything else I feel like is locked to this tier. Now what do I really want to move down? Among Us, I don't give a fuck. Infinity Nikki, because of the updates and shit like that, like I had fun while I had fun. I don't think I would have fun if I ever played this shit again. Monstro Scopy, yeah, we're bringing this bitch down a tier. Can I like make it longer? Whatever. I'll move a couple more to try and like even it out a bit more. What out of these games do I never want to play again? I don't. It was fun. It's cool, but I don't care to play this shit again. Same with Somber Echoes. It's cool, but I don't care to play this shit again. Same thing with Death Trap. Same thing with this. I will play this game again with my mom. I know that is gonna be fun with us. Dynasty. I definitely know I don't care about Dynasty Warriors. I don't care to play this shit again. Fatal Fury. I think I'll throw it and don't care to play again because it's not really ass. But if a nigga say, hey, you want to play Fatal Fury, I'll be like, I guess so. If there's nothing else to do. Pyro Yakuza. Nah, I had my fun with that. I just know I'll never beat it. And everything else here, I feel like is fair. So first thing we're gonna do, just in case. We're gonna wait 1,000 years for the fucking thumbnail to generate. Okay. I feel like I'm gonna just do this the old-fashioned way. Where is it? Snip and sketch. That's just in case. Now. No, we're about to hear that instrument on loop in a second, so yeah, leave that. There we go. Downloads. Most NT. Open that up. Open that big boy. All right. Okay, yeah, I like the way it formats in the browser better because it gives me more room to make headroom. All right. Yeah, because I like a little bit of headroom so you can still read words at the top. All right. All right, what intro do I want to go with for this? Okay, I know what I want to do. 2025 had a lot of dog shit games and a lot of great games. Right now, I'm about to tell you, no. I need something different. In 2025, a lot of games were released. Some were in 2025. In 2025, there was a lot of different games you and me played. Here's the best out of those. Here's the worst out of those. In 2025, there was a lot of games that we played. Here's some of the worst pieces of garbage out of everything we played. Out of 2025, there was a lot of amazing games that we played. No. I had to restart that. I could do better. I could do better. In 2025, we played and enjoyed a lot of different games, but not all of them was enjoyable. And here's the 5 least enjoyable games of 2025 that you absolutely fucking hate. Now for the other side of the spectrum, there was a lot of terrible games that released last year in 2025. But don't worry, I'm gonna tell you the 5 best games that I played in 2025 so that you could play them and enjoy them. I cooked, nigga. I motherfucking cooked, nigga. Alright. So first, I'm gonna do worst, and then second, I'm gonna do best. I don't care what a single... Wait, hold up. I want the BT music playing. I don't care what a single soul on this earth talking about. Repo is yet another fun slop game. The best way to describe Repo is not even Lethal Company at home. Repo is Lethal Company from the alley behind the dollar store. Like I played this game and I was like a baby learning to walk for the first time. The way my head was just bobbing back and forth. Bro, like legit, I was over here fighting for my life. Like I'm fighting Conor McGregor, Floyd Mayweather, Muhammad Ali, Mike Tyson, and a person Jake Paul he think he is all at the same time. When I was playing Repo to stay awake, I was honk me. I was fighting off the honk memes playing Repo, boy. That shit sucks. That shit, when people make jokes and talk shit about friend slop games, they're talking about bullshit like Repo. Another friend slop game that I just want to mention is Make Way. The reason why that shit is so ass is because when I played Make Way, it was right after I started playing Sonic Crossworlds. And as bad as I was waking up every day out my sleep and a cold sweat itching myself like it's calling me, Smokey, to go play Crossworlds, playing Make Way where you're slipping and sliding all over the stage like it's ice and cum all over the floor. That shit is not fun. When I played this shitty ass friend slop game with my friends for the first time, nigga, me and my friends, when we play games, we be having fun. Them niggas couldn't even make this bullshit ass game fun. If dumb niggas can't make a game fun, nothing can make a game fun. I played this game for 5 minutes. This shit was so bad, I left mid-match because I was dying of laughter at how ass this fucking game is. And speaking of ass tier games, just look up footage of Super Jaeger Bomb 2. You'll know why it's there. When it comes to Hell Is Us, the way I describe Hell Is Us is, imagine you go on a date with your shorty. Right? Wait, hold up. First, let me preface it by this. Hell Is Us is unliked by me because the game didn't run well when I tried to play it, which I can forgive because my system at the time was a wee bit underpowered. What I can't forgive is a game being marketed as an action-adventure game with you just walking around solving puzzles instead of getting into some action. And I'm not saying if the demo was 45 minutes, I needed 40 minutes of fighting. But if the demo's 45 minutes, can I get 20 minutes of fighting and then the other 25 be adventuring? But no, they had you do a couple fights where you swung on a nigga and they just collapsed. Like once or twice, like you hit a nigga, they just went, ugh! Like that shit's not fun to me. Number one. Number two, playing Hell Is Us is like you go on a couple dates with a shorty or whatever, right? You see her breasts is looking nice, her ass looking nice. You like, yeah, shorty, we've been going out on a couple dates for a while, and I think it's about time we get intimate if that's okay with you. And you realize she like you and you like her, so you know she gonna say yes, and she does. But when you go to the crib, she says, nah, you can't see me naked. You can't even touch me. The way we fuck, we gotta put a piece of cardboard in between us, and you just gotta stick your dick in the hole and fuck me with a blindfold on. That's what it felt like to play the Hell Is Us demo. I'm just sticking my dick through a whole fucking cardboard, knowing it's a beautiful woman on the other side, but my imagination will carry me through it. Well, yeah, nigga, imagine what it's like to not be on my hard drive. You ain't gotta imagine, because you're not on my hard drive. And then when it comes to Monster World, Monster Hunter Wilds isn't even a bad game. It's just one of the games this year where I get why people like this game, and I'm not gonna call the game ass because I have to monster hunt on a monster hunting game. I'ma just say I'm not gonna have fun on this game and delete it. It was one of the games this year that I was the least satisfied while playing. Now I know there's gonna be some Monster Hunter dick riders grab the wall and go, oh yeah, every day to Monster Hunter. That's gonna be like, why play a monster hunting game if you didn't want to monster hunt? This is my first Monster Hunter, and I tried it out, and people said this is one of the better Monster Hunters to start on. This shit is breaking my Legos. I don't want to start playing Monster Hunter, but I do want to stop playing Monster Hunter. So I did. That shit was boring. Like, but after the first couple times playing Monster Hunter, like, I was just fighting sleep every time I was playing. Because how the fuck you gonna give me a bow and arrow that I gotta stand right in the motherfucker face to shoot? For all that, I might as well pick up a sword. And if I wanted to pick up a sword, bitch, I would choose a sword. Now that we talked about those, let's go on and talk about the 5 best. But I'm gonna drink me some water first. Do clap, do clap, do clap, do clap, do clap. Oh wait, let me open up Marvel Rivals and show niggas. Bass bounce, booty bounce. All right. Now look, Marvel Rivals. Wait, hold up. Actually, this tier is unordered. I will say this is at the lower end. Actually, this is low key ordered. I definitely enjoyed my being on Bad Time in this more than this. I low-key enjoyed this more. Okay, so I'll put that second, third. Yeah, this seems fair. All right. So this top tier is ordered in terms of enjoyment. And by the way, I have like another 500 hours on console. My time played on PC is over 2,000 hours and growing. And you don't get that by accident. Now, I just want to state, playtime isn't an automatic indication of enjoyment when it comes to games. When it comes to all games, but when it comes to live service games, usually a very high playtime ratio says that you're enjoying the game, because that means every time you get a free chance to game, you're playing that. The game I enjoyed most this year out of everything was Marvel Rivals, which doesn't shock me, being that I'm a big fan of Marvel in general, whether it's to the comics, the movies, the TV shows, the live action or animated. I'm just a very big fan of Marvel, so I'm really not surprised. Like, there hasn't been a game in a while where I could go play as Wolverine. And when you think about it, Marvel Rivals making a hero shooter is like genius, because they have some of the most recognizable heroes of all time. And then the idea of hero shooters is inspired by them. And then, you know, every hero in a hero shooter has a different role based on their abilities. It just makes sense. It just makes sense. Now, the Outer Worlds 2, I'm going to be playing soon. But the Outer Worlds 1, I played it last year in preparation for the release of 2. And I really enjoyed it. The number one thing I enjoy about the Outer Worlds is the fact that you could clap anything you see, anybody, whether they're a main story character or not. Every time I watch somebody else's playthrough or a video essay about the Outer Worlds, I'm seeing a bunch of characters where I'm like, oh, that person was important. Wouldn't know if I didn't watch this video, because when I saw them, he went out on a Friday night. Every time I saw anybody, back door open, don't get back door. I see the opposite shot sword offs. Like, everything I saw in this game got clapped. And like, that, to me, that's how I got enjoyment out of this game. And I got a lot of enjoyment out of like tricking the systems in this game and like fucking with the mechanics and different stuff in this game. So this game, I really enjoy the fuck out of it, even though I played it late or whatever. South of Midnight, the only bad thing about South of Midnight is the combat. But there's like 5 other things I can list off the top of my head that are great. The music, amazing. The atmosphere, like in terms of the level layout design, the pathing, fucking crazy, amazing. Has some great platforming sections, amazing. The platforming in general, like the way it felt during those like choreographed running sessions, it felt a little but in general, the movement and the platforming in this game felt beautiful. The story in this game, amazing story. If you are a black person and you haven't played South of Midnight, what the fuck are you doing? And to list one more thing, I would just say, like, the South of Midnight community, I love them, because I haven't met a toxic South of Midnight fan yet. And I know part of that is partially because this game isn't necessarily a competitive game, so it doesn't really attract those type of people. But like, the South of Midnight community is fucking amazing. Those are like 5 things off the top of my head that are good about this game. Point is, South of Midnight is just a big list of W's, but for a reason I can't really put my finger on, it didn't really get a lot of praise this year, but it deserves a lot of praise this year. Dispatch Dick Riders, shut the fuck up, because Bloomin' Rage Lost Records was better. I said it. I don't care. I don't care about none of that. Yeah, let them at me. Come here. I'm ready to fight the Dispatch Dick Riders. Because like, Lost Records, Bloomin' Rage had more options, had more choices, and at more times I felt like I was in better control of the story. Dispatch feels like it gives you that illusion of choice bullshit where they give you 2 options that seem like 2 different paths, but when you watch somebody else's playthrough and they pick the other option, you're like, wait a minute, the exact same shit happened. Like, your choices in Dispatch a lot of the time feel meaningless. It feels like a lot of the time you're given the same option 2 and 3 times, versus in Lost Records, they gave you 4 options. None of those given options felt like the rest that they gave you, and you could be anywhere on the spectrum of how you wanted to act, and Lost Records and your gameplay will reflect that. And just real quick, Knockoff is a fighting game that's very low-key, very hidden, and out of every fighting game this year, over Multiverses, over Invincible Versus, over Marvel versus Tokon, or whatever the fuck that game is called, I had the most enjoyment on Knockoff when I think back on it. Because like, y'all saw me play Marvel Token and all that other stuff, but y'all didn't see me play Knockoff too much. But Knockoff was really fun. It's just sad that like the online on that game is dead, and to my knowledge, it's not available on any platforms like Steam or anything like that. So there never will be an active online. But that game, the gameplay systems they got going on in that game are fucking fuego. Like, I hope one day it gets its spot in the sunshine, but it's not very likely. That's why I'm shouting it out. I really liked it. Now, for those of you that are watching this live, I just want to say, drop a follow, drop a like, all that good stuff, you know. I enjoy doing these types of streams. I enjoy talking to y'all. I did want to play Angeline Era for a bit today, but it don't look like that's going to be possible because I don't want my computer to put him in the coffin on me at random in the middle of playing Angeline Era and my progress don't get saved. That shit's going to be hella fucking annoying. So I got to see what the fuck is up with that with my computer and do some research into that. But yeah, I enjoy doing this list. And if you have any disagreements or any games that I played last year that I forgot about that you want me to rank, just bring it up in the comments and I'll say what I think about it. Or even if there's a game that's missing up here and you want to know why it wasn't up here, just let me know. And as for this template, sharing it, yeah, that's not going to be possible. I made this out of a single-use template and I don't think this shit's going to save. I don't know how to save this shit. Reset, change background color. Is there a way to save it? Yeah, I don't think there's a way to save it, so oh well. But if you want to look at all the games and lists or do this shit yourself, tier list maker, whatever. That being said, I enjoyed this stream, but I need to enjoy some sleep because it's about to be 12 o'clock. And yesterday I went to sleep at 4 o'clock, so now I need to force myself to fall asleep way before 1 o'clock. Peace. Bye, vertical. Dismiss. Bye, horizontal.